people.
Good old-fashioned goats and the ancient Hindu practice of yoga. Two things that don't seem to go together.
You got peanut butter in my chocolate.
But 1 year ago, a small farm in Oregon invented goat yoga, and the unlikely trend spread across the nation until it reached the East Coast, when the unstoppable force of goat yoga met the immovable object of the Washington, D.C. Department of Health.
Goat yoga is literally, we do yoga as a class, 40 minutes, and we just have the goats hang out with us. So we would go through the different asanas and the different flows, and the goats will come around and interact with people as we're doing the class. So they may walk up to somebody and sniff their nose, maybe nibble on some toes, and if they're feeling brave enough or want to, they might jump on them or give them a kiss or something. DC is not very livestock oriented. I know that it was a big thing with health department though. They asked us to do a lot of things with our vet certifications, health certificates and things like that. And we did everything they asked, and they ended up squashing it anyway.
Congressional Cemetery is a historic cemetery founded in 1807. It is a private cemetery, home to about 160 markers for individual congressmen. We opened up our chapel every Wednesday night to a yoga instructor. We call it Yoga Mortis.
Then there are some who find their inner peace next to dead people.
Corpse pose.
We've had goats to eat all of our invasive species in our forested area of the cemetery. So we thought, why not combine baby goats and yoga? We knew we would need a permit for that because we're bringing in livestock into the district. And so we went to the Department of Health to obtain that permit. And when I went down to meet with them, it was a big conference room. The director was there, which kind of surprised me. And about 4 lawyers were there with all of the rules and regulations open on their laptops, ready to kind of throw every curveball they possibly could at me to prevent goat yoga. Goats have been domesticated for about 6,000 years, but they required that we obtain a wildlife handler's certificate for our goat farmer. They initially were worried that someone would fall during a yoga class or an exercise and hurt a baby goat, which is really difficult to do. If you've ever been around a herd of goats, especially babies, they are constantly falling down, jumping on each other, jumping on rocks, really having the time of their life.
But what if the goats are not having the time of their lives? What if the Department of Health was right when it told Washingtonian magazine, anytime animals come into the district, we want to make sure they are safe and not being put into a position of harm, expressing concern for the safety of animals should someone ever fall over one, and deeming goat yoga a violation of a no-touch policy by spectators for animals participating in district events.
The Mount Vernon Square neighborhood had a petting zoo for youngsters, and they had far more exotic animals than goats. They even had a llama, which is a pretty vile animal if you've ever been around a spitting llama. But they allowed a lot of this no touching to actually happen at that petting zoo.
There's no reason that you can't do goat yoga.
Great. What's next? Llama yoga?
No.